Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Originally in today's video, I was going to be showing you how to use a debt snowball. I have filmed the video, I've uploaded it, it was scheduled to go out today, but after thinking about it, it seems like it's a pretty insensitive topic to be discussing, and I know that it's a really scary time for a lot of people. There is a lot of uncertainty with your jobs. There's a lot of uncertainty with how long some people will still have an income stream, whether or not they will have to close down businesses. There's a lot going on, and a lot of people are really scared and overwhelmed. And I want to be sympathetic to that and not be up in your face talking about how people should be paying down debt and different ways to do that. Instead, I want to spend a couple of minutes just talking about the stock market, some of the fears that people have, which are perfectly reasonable. I understand that when you see your retirement accounts going down in value, that's really scary, and people's knee-jerk reaction is to either stop putting money in because you're just losing money, or even to go as far as taking the money that's in that account out because they're worried that it's going to continue to go down. And I cannot express enough how short-sighted that thought process is. If you look at the history of the stock market, it does this. It goes up, it goes down based on what's going on in the world, and it's a roller coaster ride. For whatever reason, stocks seem to be the only thing that people want to pay full price for. The second that stock prices start going down, people start panicking and they don't want to buy anymore and they want to sell off what they have. The issue with this is that buying something at a high price and selling it at a low price is not the most financially sound decision making. Now, if you don't know what's going to be happening with your job, maybe you will stop putting money into retirement right now. Maybe you will push pause on that and you'll just sit back and wait. But if you're able to keep putting money in right now, it is the best time to be doing it. People like me that are millennials, I will be working for the next 35 years before I'm going to be needing that money out of my retirement. So while it's unnerving to see that it's going down, I don't need it today. So I don't want to sound callous and say that it doesn't matter, because for some people it does, and they are having plans of retiring in the near future. But for me, I have so long until I need that money that the value of it today and the stock prices today don't really affect my long-term retirement goals. If anything, I will be putting more money into the stock market at this point. I will be buying more shares. I think that sometimes people get confused and they don't realize that you're buying a certain number of shares. Those shares are listed at a certain price every single day, and that's how much you're paying for one share in a company. Now, if they were selling the share for $50 last week, and this week they're selling it for $25, you can look at it as being 50% off right now. If you spend $50 on that company's shares, you have now bought 2 shares in that company, where last week it would have only bought you 1 share. Now let's say those shares get back up to $50. Before, you would have had 1 share worth $50. Now you have 2 shares that you purchased for $25. Now they're worth $50. You now have $100 worth of shares in that company. As the market rebounds, and it will, it goes up, it goes down. We don't know when it's going to go up. We don't know if it's going to go further down. If we had a crystal ball, everyone would be multimillionaires because they would know exactly what the market's going to do. But historically, it does go up, it does go down. There is no reason to believe that this is going to be any different, that this time it's not going to come back up. Maybe it won't be immediate. Maybe it won't be tomorrow or next week or next month. Maybe it won't be until next year, but at some point it's going to come back up. And all of those people that were able to buy those shares at $25, if they all get back up to $50, you've doubled your money. I'm not saying that you should take money out of savings to do this. I'm not saying that you should be using your emergency fund to do this. For a lot of people, they still have an income coming in, and their recreational expenses, their entertainment expenses, their personal expenses have gone way down because we're not able to freely leave our house like we were before. My family was spending hundreds of dollars every month just going out to eat. Restaurants are now takeout only, so I don't know that we won't be spending any money going out to eat, but we're probably not going to be spending as much. And I realize that that then has a negative impact on those businesses, and that restaurants and bars are really in a bind right now. And I do still want to support local restaurants and bars if I can, but it's also probably not realistic that I'm going to be spending the same amount of money that I would have been if this weren't going on. I want to communicate this in a way that doesn't come across as insensitive, doesn't come across as greedy or opportunistic. I want to be sensitive to all of those people that are very, very scared right now. I also want people to be thinking rationally and not making knee-jerk, long-term, negative financial decisions for themselves and their families out of fear. Typically, I announce at the end of a Financial Friday video what the video will be about next week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this series. I don't know what we'll be talking about next week. Maybe I'll be posting a recipe on how to make something in the Instant Pot. I don't know. This is uncharted territory for a lot of people, and many of us don't know the right thing to say, the wrong thing to say, what's going to be interpreted as being insensitive or lacking in compassion for other people. We'll just have to wait and see. I have been bouncing around the idea of maybe talking about emergency funds and ways that people that still have a consistent income coming in can make sure that they are being mindful about saving that and about making sure that they're forecasting for potential future expenses. If people don't have money set aside for medical expenses, might be a good time to start considering that and thinking if something were to happen to my family, if we were going to have to go to the emergency room, at least know what's that going to cost? What's that going to look like? How does my insurance work? Next week's video might be about how to interpret your health insurance benefits. I don't know. I hope that you're all staying as happy and healthy as possible. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss when I upload. Bye.